Welcome back to AI News, where I read the news so you don't have to. Now, we've got one from bbc.co.uk. AI godfather Geoffrey Hinton warns of dangers as he quits. So, a man widely seen as the godfather of artificial intelligence has quit his job, warning about the growing dangers from developments in the field. Geoffrey Hinton, 75, announced his resignation from Google in a statement to the New York Times, saying he now regretted his work. He told the BBC some of the dangers of AI chatbots were quite scary. Right now, quote, right now they're not more intelligent than us as far as I can tell, but I think they soon may be. Dr. Hinton also accepted that his age had played into his decision to leave the tech giant, telling the BBC, quote, I'm 75, so it's time to retire. Dr. Hinton's pioneering research on neural networks and deep learning has paved the way for current AI systems like ChatGPT. In artificial intelligence, neural networks are systems that are similar to the human brain in the way they learn and process information. They enable AIs to learn from experience as a person would. This is called deep learning. The British-Canadian cognitive psychologist and computer scientist told the BBC that chatbots could soon overtake the level of information that a human brain holds. Right now, what we're seeing, I mean, that's an interesting one, because like if the chatbot has got access to the entirety of the internet, then it already has, like, it has at least access to more information than a human brain can hold. Anyway, quote, right now what we're seeing is things like GPT-4 eclipse a person in the amount of general knowledge it has, and it eclipses them by a long way. In terms of reasoning, it's not as good, but it does already do simple reasoning, he said. And given the rate of progress, we expect things to get better quite fast, so we need to worry about that. In the New York Times article, Dr. Hinton referred to bad actors who would try to use AI for bad things. When asked by the BBC to elaborate on this, he replied, "This is just a kind of worst-case scenario. Think of a nightmare scenario. You can imagine, for example, some bad actor, like Russian President Vladimir Putin, decided to give robots the ability to create their own sub-goals. The scientists warned that this eventually might create sub-goals like, I need to get more power." He added, to be fair, I'm pretty sure Chaos GPT, somebody basically like hacked Chat GPT and told it to like get world domination, and it started to create sub-goals like getting more power, and it started to go and try and get humans on board to help it with its goals. Pretty scary. He added, quote, I've come to the conclusion that the kind of intelligence we're developing is very different from the intelligence we have. We're biological systems, and these digital systems and they are digital systems, full stop. And the big difference is that with digital systems you have many copies of the same set of weights, the same model of the world. And all of these copies can learn separately but share their knowledge instantly. So it's as if you had 10,000 people, and whenever one person learned something, everybody automatically knew it. And that's how these chatbots can know so much more than any one person. I mean, when you put it that way, it's pretty scary. Matt Clifford, the chairman of the UK's Advanced Research and Invention Agency, speaking in a personal capacity, told the BBC that Dr. Hinton's announcement underlines the rate at which AI capabilities are accelerating. There's an enormous upside from this technology, but it's essential that the world invests heavily and urgently in AI safety and control, he said. Dr. Hinton joins a growing number of experts who have expressed concerns about AI, both the speed at which it's developing and the direction in which it's going. We need to take a step back. In March, an open letter co-signed by dozens of people in the AI field, including the tech billionaire Elon Musk, called for a pause on all developments more advanced than the current version of AI chatbot ChatGPT. So robust safety measures could be designed and implemented. Joshua Bengio, I think I got that right, another so-called godfather of AI, who along with, it sounds like a dig there, like a so-called godfather of AI, who along with Dr. Hinton and Yann LeCun won the 2018 Turing Award for their work on deep learning, also signed the letter. Mr. Bengio wrote that it was because of the unexpected acceleration in AI systems that we need to take a step back. But Dr. Hinton told the BBC that in the shorter term, he thought that AI would deliver more benefits than risks. That's good. So I don't think we should stop developing this stuff, he added. He also said that international competition would mean that a pause would be difficult. Even if everybody in the US stopped developing it, China would just get a big lead, he said. Because that's the thing, one day's development in AI world is like, it's such a leap, such a massive advancement becomes every single day with AI. So Dr. Hinton also said that he was an expert on the science, not policy. And that, which is good, because there's a lot of people that think they're experts in policy just because they know about a particular subject. So good. And that it was the responsibility of government to ensure AI was developed with a lot of thought into how to stop it going rogue. Whether or not you think it's the government's responsibility to tell people how to develop something that they... I mean, I'd almost prefer an expert like Dr. Hinton to come up with the policy, because he actually knows about the thing. Doesn't matter. Responsible approach. Dr. Hinton stressed that he did not want to criticise Google and that the tech giant had been very responsible. I actually want to say some good things about Google, and they're more credible if I don't work for Google. Which is true. In a statement, Google's chief scientist, Jeff Dean, said, "We remain committed to a responsible approach to AI. We're continually learning to understand emerging risks while also innovating boldly." There we go, almost done. It is important to remember that AI chatbots are just one aspect of artificial intelligence, even if they are the most popular right now. AI is behind the algorithms that dictate what video streaming platforms decide you should watch next. It can be used in recruitment to filter job applications, by insurers to calculate premiums. It can diagnose medical conditions, although human doctors still get the final say. What we are seeing, though, is through the rise of AGI, artificial general intelligence, which can be trained to do a number of things within a remit. So, for example, ChatGPT can only offer text answers to a query, but the possibilities within that, as we're seeing, are endless. But the pace of AI acceleration has surpassed even its creators, and has evolved dramatically since Dr. Hinton built a pioneering image analysis neural network in 2012. Even Google boss Sundar Pichai said in a recent interview that he did not fully understand everything that its AI chatbot Bard did. Make no mistake, we are on a speeding train right now, and the concern is that one day it will start building its own tracks. That's a pretty good analogy there. So guys, let me know in the comment, do you think it is government's job to regulate something they basically know nothing about? Or do you think there needs to be maybe a consortium of AI experts that come and put guidelines out there that are voluntarily adopted by companies but strongly advised? Or a third option? Which one do you think is the right way to go? And make sure to tune in at 3 p.m. UK time today for the last segment today of AI News.